Grand production. Now that's interesting because that's the first time I've
right.
seen that this afternoon.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I think it was a Gutsy. Oh no, it was a Gutsy. I'm not quite sure who was on it. I think. Yeah, that's right. I just must have got the number quite right, but way around the corner and decided to go down another gear to pull him up the hill. But
yes, there's another Bono Tenny specially dedicated bike brought by Guzzy.
That's right, I believe so. Tenny, of course, a great rider in his day, and Gutsy.
So, Bob.
Doing all right.
Your brother hit this year.
What?
Yeah. You're going to have to you're going to be busy with it. Oh, it's
Will be.
See you around.
Ah, lijkt het wel. Maar nou in the car. Yeah. You got a key? Yeah, you've got to know. Yeah, no, it's just around too many places. Forgive me now. We've got a web page. You know, obviously we're not a big to sell.
Guys, this is a bit different. Start with you, Terry. I mean, what is it first of all? What's the plan here?
Well, what happened just 6 months ago or thereabouts, we had a knock on the door and it was Ben, all the way from New Zealand, with the bright idea to construct these vehicles that you see behind us, which have become a reality, with the idea being that they could operate on the horse tram tracks with kind permission of Douglas Corporation, and we could use them as a fun item during the TT, not just this year, and if they worked thereafter. And so we sat down and talked further with Ben, and he constructed them in the railway workshop just to my right here, and this is the final product, and you'll see it sort of nicely decaled up with the sponsor, and I know you'll talk to later. And what were you asking?
I don't know. Ben, well, it was your idea then, was it? You've seen these somewhere else? Or?
The idea of racing on tram tracks was originally, well, perhaps not conceived in New Zealand, but certainly they've had a recent event. Now that was an arm-powered machine, but only running on one set of tracks. So Douglas is fortunate in having two sets of parallel tracks, so you can actually have a racing event. So the idea was to make a machine. I opted for pedal power because I thought it was a bit more natural and familiar to people, incorporating a suspension idea that as it happens, is symbolic to the Isle of Man.
So it's like apologies to the Cresta Run, but this time we won't go off the rails, and it's going to be each night in the bushies area or in front of the big screen with people drawn from TT riders and other interested parties who are fit enough to be able to pedal like crazy. And of course the big thing is this year the winners are going to get a bouquet of roses, and very appropriate. So it's going to be the newest thing for the 2002 TT, and I'm sure it's going to be a great hit from whichever way you look at it.
Ben, have you tried these out on the horse tram rails yet?
We had our first trial event last night and it went well.
The secret late at night or something? Or
No, we used all the chaps from the mini motors, and they had fun.
what sort of speeds will this go at?
Well, with two competitors, they weigh half a tonne, so it's a lot of steel to get moving, but we have a pushing rail down the back there that helps them to get moving. And once they're up to speed, so we're not looking at it a lot more than about 15, 17 mile an hour.
It takes a bit of pushing, does it? I mean, and pedalling.
Once you've overcome that initial momentum, it's not too difficult to maintain that speed, but they're usually quite tight at the end.
Where do you come up with the designs for that? I mean, the wheels are fantastic. So,
Yeah.
Logo.
It's just an attempt to reduce reciprocating mass and wheel suspension ideas. So essentially the only unsprung mass is the rim, which is really all it needs to be.
I'm surprised you asked that. You know about reciprocating mass and kinetic windows. I mean, it's obvious for anybody to see. The fact that they look like three legs of man is just a mere coincidence, and but a happy one at that, I think. So well done to Ben, who's obviously a bright young man, and this could be the start of a whole international series. Whoever else out there has got twin tram tracks and who've got a corporation like Douglas who are quite happy to let us use them. The tracks out there are 102 years old, so of course we indemnified them against any possible damage, but seeing this is slightly lighter than the average horse tram, I think it should be a pretty safe bet that everything will be fine at the end of it.
You must be really pleased that adding new things into the fun and games of TT. Something like this is a great idea, isn't it?
Static. Quite right. No, you're 100% correct. We need to ring changes, albeit that they're small fun items as well as big exercises, and in recent years the big screen, and sort of in future years no doubt live coverage from all the way around the TT course with the latest technology on offer at the moment. Won't be this year, but hopefully fairly soon. So quite right.
We're going to see you in this now, Terry. You're going to give us a demo.
In fact, we've got a test pilot here. His name is Ben, and he will do the first run as soon as you want it. Unless you want to take some photographs now, so we can clear the masses who are out here right now of the media who wish to record this for posterity.
We're still finishing them off over there.
Well, no, this is prototype 1. That's prototype 2, and it's like even Schumacher's got a spare vehicle. Obviously the same kind of basis is used here.
Ben, do you have any problems? Because this is obviously got quite an original design, isn't it? I mean, did you come up with it on paper and just work it out and made a few trial versions of this, or is this not one night, right?
To be honest, it's about 150 hours of design. Yeah, but there's a lot of work in getting all the machining drawings produced to get the wheel geometry correct, which was the hardest bit. But it's worked out well. The key to the whole thing is having a good plan, so I've stuck to my drawings and it's worked out quite well. Pretty happy.
So let's see, there's one person sits on there,
yeah.
Pedals.
Yeah, I'm the rearward facing person.
Yeah.
So to pedal, I'm going to pedal backwards. Now the person down this end obviously, so I'm sure Terry will be happy to jump in.
It's real teamwork here, you've got to...
Well, that's it. You've got to work as a team.
Yeah.
The idea of working to the same common crank is that you never lose a power stroke. So
Okay, which goes?
As I'm pushing back, Terry's pushing forward, so positive drive through the whole rotation. Yeah. Now it has a clutch in there, so that if in the event that someone decides they're too tired to carry on pedalling, the machine will just carry on rolling like a conventional bicycle.
And a brake?
You've got four-wheel disc brakes to the rim. Just down to each of these rims. I have to get the quad out and tow us back. Yeah.
Pull, push. Pull the other end there.
Might not be a good idea to push on the fairing.
Okay.
We can push on this.
That's it. Look at this way here.
Hands on the grip.
This way here.
Bit of train action.
Like a parade lap, I wouldn't mind. You know, I wouldn't mind, but to have a go, I'd show the real pillars. If I went to try and get a lap in, I'd be just so slow. I don't think I'd fall. Yes, it's good. It's good. It's good place. Good people. I've been amazed at how. I really actually said this last night. I expected. I know that sounds funny, but all you really see is video and actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it.
College. Oh, yeah. Really nice to do stuff with him a couple of leaps, like majorly in the air and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've seen the training time on the quite fine.
Quite impressive. Talked for a moment, still impressed that he knew where every manhole cover was, even though it's an old one, still knows where everything is. But we get into the car as well, so he's got a good bird's eye view of where the track goes. Quite impressive.
So if just by chance if it was your first practice session for the TT tomorrow morning, how would you go about it? How would you go about learning that course?
Go home and shit my pants first. and then, no, I mean, the only way I'd go about it is trying to get behind and get into one of these guys, and well, probably not him, but someone that's maybe got a couple of years experience and just go slow, you know, if they're going a bit slower and trying to learn the line. But I wouldn't be there, you know, these guys have something that I don't have, and hats off to them. It's an amazing race.
The Alaman itself and the TT race is the phenomenon that it is really, and on the link. Can you get your head around that? I mean, you've only been here 24 hours.
Yeah, it's wild. You know, I mean, people on the island, it's unbelievable how they're just so into motorcycles. I've never been here, I've never met anybody, but everybody seems to know who I am, and it's a bit crazy. You know, I'm just not used to it. You know, I'm used to everybody watching football or watching rugby or baseball or whatever. So it's quite amazing, although the atmosphere that you get on the island.
Good man, well, hope you enjoy your stay. We've got, the riders are going to be obviously hanging around. The bikes, certainly the Formula 1 bikes and the junior machines are in the garage down to the left there. Some drinks and some food at the back, and please take your time and enjoy being here with Honda. Thank you.
This way, please.